call this meeting to order. If the microphones are on, all good. I would ask if any member of council has a urinary or conflict of interest to either declare it now or at the time. Councillor Underwood.
Yeah, under the check registry, my confirm fees. That's good? All right, then I won't declare it.
Deputy Mayor Day.
Yes, I'll declare a conflict on Fort Mike 1, which is a report from the Township of Wayne Police, and the symposium may help with this.
Okay. So noted. And the confidential business, the closed section, we have 2 sets of minutes that we'll clean camera for a minute at the end to deal with those. Consent agenda 4. Are there any items in that from 4.1 to 4.6 that anyone would like raised off the consent agenda? Councillor Russell.
The first one, please.
4.1,
Please.
okay. Have a motion on the other items in the consent agenda. Councillor Russell, second by Councillor McGuire. Any questions on any of the other items? All in favor of that? Carried. 4.1 we'll deal with it. There's a resolution on the front page. Councillor Russell, you'd like to...
I just like to support obviously the first resolution was passed that today. So it's the second resolution. I'll make the resolution that the municipality of Lambton Shores calls on Premier Wynne to formally engage municipal leaders in a broad discussion about possible amendments to the Green Energy Act to restore municipal planning and zoning, respecting the role of municipal councils as decision makers on development applications.
Okay. Seconded, Councillor Wanstill. Any questions on that? All in favor of that? Opposed? It's carried. Okay. Got us down to 5.1. Our meeting of March the 4th, page 48. Councillor Cook.
I'll move
Move for those minutes. Second by Councillor Scott. Any questions, Councillor Scott?
I just have a housekeeping issue. Last March the 4th, when we had our last meeting, we had a gentleman allude to some staff issues about some of the workers out there, and then later went and approached our Director of Community Services and tore strips off him. I don't believe he's in the audience tonight, but I would like us to have him send a letter of apology or apologize to our Director of Community Services, or not come back to council. I really feel that bullying is something that we've got to start to address. I've been a victim of it myself last June, and I have to be honest, it's not a pleasant experience, nor would I want to have to go through it again. And I really think that it's not appropriate for people to do that. You know, to talk about our roads people and stuff. And I mean, our acting CAO had to intervene at that point and ask for it to stop. So I don't believe that anybody should be allowed to be bullied, and I really believe that this particular gentleman needs to apologize to our Director of Community Services or not be allowed here.
Councillor Underwood.
Was the meeting over?
It was in our council chambers, Martin, which is the same thing.
It was during the public discussion period, I believe.
It was during the
That was
public
the
discussion.
first allusion.
Well, it was after we were adjourned at
We
that
had
point?
adjourned, and he went up to him at the table, and that table is not set there for people to go up and abuse the people that work with us and that work under us. And our responsibility as the municipality of Lambton Shores councillors and mayor and deputy mayor is to look after the people that work for us. And I'm sorry, it offends me, and it's wrong.
Councillor Underwood.
Yeah, I didn't see the incident,
No.
so I can't really talk to it. I don't know how deep or whatever, but you're right. We have to do
If our
defend. Yeah, you're right. Within his chambers on that night, okay, if people get heated and stuff like that, that's one thing that we don't take it out
If they
on.
go out in the parking lot, can't do a whole lot. But in this building, under our jurisdiction as council, we are in charge of what's in this room and what happens here. So
Okay.
it's not appropriate behavior.
So noted, and the meeting was adjourned, but I did speak there, I did have correspondence with the gentleman,
Okay.
and he did apologize, and state that it wasn't proper.
Okay, that's good. Glad to hear it.
Okay,
Yep, thank you.
any other questions regarding the minutes of the meeting? All in favor of those? Carried. 5 minutes ahead of time for our public meeting. We'll deal with a couple of correspondence. We'll go on to 7.1. There's on page 64 an invitation to Lambton County Municipal Association. You have to let Councilor Russell.
Yeah, Mr. Mayor, I was just wondering, it said that we got honorific ones, and I should assume that it was the last 3 to Carol, but Carolyn and whoever is on the line.
That's for the road meeting.
That's for the rural games. This is the Municipal Association. If you would like tickets or you'd like to attend, the clerk knows. Deputy Mayor Day?
Just proceed and file instructions.
Okay. Seconder for that, Councilor Cook. Questions on that? All in favor? That's carried. Thank you. And the second one is an invite from the Lambton County Rural Game Association. This is, let people know we pay our membership and we do get 10 tickets. Councilor Russell.
I just was wondering if you've got the honorific one, I'll go back to the list. The ones who were the chairs, were the honorary ones.
There's
Former Deputy Raymond White, I was just wondering if we still include him on the list, because you could, it's still Senator Tan, you can use mine because of the Smith case for now. I just, he was co-chair of a couple of them, correct?
Is that
Just a thought.
This was the list that was sent through from Duncan. Okay. So again, let the clerk know if you're interested in attending. Motion to receive and file. Councilor Underwood, Councilor Scott. All in favor of that? Carried. And we have time to do 8.1 before 7:10. Short-term rental accommodation committee was held March 8th. And there's, the committee minutes are there. One of the last motions in the minutes was that the short-term rental accommodation committee be disbanded. So if we approve these minutes, that would be part of the recommendation. It would have to have a separate motion.
No, that's fine, but the letter to sent to 124, which is attached as well.
Okay. Page 70 is the letter that the committee had recommended to send to the residents in Plan 24. Councilor Bonston?
Can we just include that as part of the motion?
Yeah.
Approve that.
Approve the minutes,
Yeah.
and that the committee be disbanded,
Yeah.
and that this letter be sent to the Plan 24.
Where's the motion?
Second by Councilor Scott. Councilor McGuire, any questions or anything to add to that?
I'd just like to thank the members of the committee for their
Okay.
service.
Councilor Cook?
I was just gonna say the same thing, but thanks to the committee, I think they did a great job. It resolved a few issues out there that probably were nagging that need to be looked at, and it's a good way to do it.
Deputy Mayor Day?
I guess I'm just wondering whether the issues are sufficiently resolved that it's appropriate to disband this committee. I have a sense that you're still going to have some issues arising this summer, and it would take time to reestablish the committee if it's not in existence. So maybe you just explain your rationale so that we can understand that.
Sure. Basically, what we came up with is our initial mandate was to review the bylaws and see what we could do to those other municipalities across Canada, see if there's any tightening of the bylaws that we could do. And we basically, through our research, came up with there's not a lot of stuff when dealing with noise. So basically, the best thing we could implement was the increase in bylaw patrols and more education of the property owners. That's what that was.
Councilor Scott?
I would assume that if the issues became prevalent